Today is Sunday, June 14th. It's about 12:30. It's cloudy and cool, about 68 degrees. This is a mulberry tree. And it has a really nice crop of mulberries on it. I like to eat them by the handful before the birds get them all. I shouldn't complain about the birds. After all, they're the ones who planted these trees. All I do is eat the fruit. When you move to a new piece of property, after you've gotten a good idea where the light is, where the shade is, and where your trees can go, you should get your fruit trees in the ground. They take years to produce. Mulberry trees are highly rated by permaculture experts. They grow fast and bear a lot of fruit. This tree is 30 feet tall. The lower branches have all been taken out, so the only fruit is up in the tree where the birds are, so they can have all of that to themselves. Over time, I plan to cut these mulberry trees back to about 4 feet tall. Called pollarding, and they'll branch out from the trunks and bear fruit low enough where I can get to some of it. That's a project for another day. I started cleaning out some underbrush last weekend, and I found these blackberry canes. I can't remember if blackberries form on first year or second year canes. I'll have to look that up. I'm going to try to keep these canes producing over the next few years. Some pruning and mulching are in order. My main project for today is to fertilize the tomatoes. My wife had a couple of big boxes of Miracle Grow that she put in this kitty litter can and left them outside. Somehow it filled with water. What we ended up with is a giant container of Miracle Grow concentrate. It takes about half a yogurt container with 2 gallons of water to make the right concentration. The tomato plants are growing nicely. A lot of them have reached the top of their cages. That means they're almost 3 feet tall, and they're starting to put on some flowers. You can see the clusters of tomato flowers just starting to open. And here's some more forming up here, a little higher up. The ground is dry, so we'll give them all a good drink. Last year we had 8 tomato plants. 4 of them produced well. 4 of them we got in the ground too late, so we really didn't get many tomatoes off of them. And out of the 4 plants that did produce well, they suffered from a lot of disease pressure later in the season. So this year we've moved all of the tomatoes to new ground. Hopefully that will cut down on the diseases this year. And we also planted 28 tomato plants. This year we hope to have more tomatoes than we can eat.
It's just about right here.
Well, another day in the garden is coming to an end. I transplanted in some nasturtium from the greenhouse. They'll perk up. I pruned out all of the dead wood from the Queen Elizabeth. It had a bad case of black spot in late spring, dropped all of its foliage, and a lot of the wood dried up. I don't know how well it's going to come back. It just has a little bit of foliage at the top. I did spray it and fertilize it today. Hopefully that will help. pulled up some kale and my mustard greens and transplanted in pepper plants and a couple of tiny Swiss chard. And now I'm going to take my kale inside and cook some up for dinner. Thanks for stopping by. See you all next week.